Welcome, history enthusiasts. Ever wondered how a single day on a battlefield could change the course of entire civilizations? Well, today we'll dive headfirst into history's most iconic clashes, moments that turned empires into ashes and kings into legends. So buckle up, because we're not just talking about battles. We're talking about turning points that reshaped humanity itself. Helmets on, let's march! 1. The Battle of Marathon. Our first stop is in 490 BCE, where the Greeks faced the mighty Persian Empire at the Battle of Marathon. Led by the Athenian general Miltiades, this battle was a testament to the power of strategy over sheer numbers. The Greeks, outnumbered but determined, managed a surprise attack that would echo through the ages. 490 BCE. The Persians, rulers of the largest empire the world had ever seen, faced off against a small collection of Greek city-states. It's like David versus Goliath, except this time, Goliath has an empire that stretches across 3 continents. The Persian army, numbering around 25,000, lost roughly 6,400 soldiers. The Greeks, vastly outnumbered, only lost around 200 men. To put that in perspective, that's like a football team taking on an entire stadium of fans, and winning. This battle didn't just stop an invasion. It showed that a small, united force could fend off a massive empire, sparking a confidence that fueled the rise of one of history's greatest experiments, Athenian democracy. Without this victory, would the idea of rule by the people have ever taken root? Miltiades didn't rely on brute force. Instead, he used a narrow battlefield to outflank the Persians, and with his famous phalanx formation, where shields locked together like a wall, he outmaneuvered the enemy. It was a battle where brains triumphed over brawn. Victory at Marathon not only secured Greek independence, but also laid the groundwork for the rise of Athenian democracy. This battle is often seen as the birth of Western civilization. 2. The Battle of Hastings. Fast forward to 1066. Picture England, a land of castles, kings, and chaos. Harold Godwinson barely holds the crown when William, Duke of Normandy, lands on English soil, ready to stake his claim. William the Conqueror, Duke of Normandy, also known as William I, he led the Norman invasion of England. William was a shrewd and ambitious leader who utilized innovative tactics, including feigned retreats. His victory at Hastings established Norman rule in England, leading to significant cultural and political changes. Harold II, King of England. Harold II was the last Anglo-Saxon king of England. His leadership was marked by his swift ascent to the throne following the death of Edward the Confessor. Despite his valiant efforts to defend his kingdom, he was ultimately outmaneuvered by William's forces. By the end of the day, nearly 10,000 men lay dead. To put that in today's terms, imagine every seat in the O2 Arena filled, and then emptied by a single battle. William the Conqueror didn't just win a kingdom. He rewired it. The Normans introduced new laws, built towering castles, and shaped what would become the English language. Every time you use a word of French origin, you can thank this battle. William was a master of psychological warfare. He used fake retreats to lure the English into a trap. Harold's forces, exhausted from fighting the Norwegians just weeks earlier, fell for it. It was chess on a battlefield, and Harold was checkmate. 3. The Battle of Gettysburg. Jumping to 1863, the American Civil War is tearing the United States apart. 2 armies meet in the small town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, a town that would soon be synonymous with bloodshed. George Meade, Union General. General Meade was the commander of the Army of the Potomac. He was known for his defensive strategies and ability to organize troops effectively. His leadership at Gettysburg was crucial, as he successfully countered Lee's attacks, leading to a turning point in the Civil War. Robert E. Lee, Confederate General. Lee was a highly respected military leader known for his aggressive tactics and deep knowledge of battlefield strategy. He aimed to secure a decisive victory on Northern soil, but faced logistical challenges and fierce resistance at Gettysburg. In just 3 days, the battle resulted in a staggering 51,000 casualties. That's nearly the population of a mid-sized city wiped out in 72 hours. It was one of the bloodiest battles not just of the Civil War, but in American history. The Union victory stopped Confederate General Robert E. Lee's northern invasion, delivering a crushing blow to the South. But it wasn't just about the war. It redefined the struggle for what it truly was, a battle for the soul of a nation, for freedom and equality. The Union's defensive lines on Cemetery Ridge gave them a massive advantage. Lee's famous Pickett's Charge, an all-out assault on the Union center, ended in disaster. For the Confederates, it was a gamble that didn't pay off, and the stakes were nothing less than survival. 4. The Battle of Stalingrad. Next, we travel to the brutal winter of 1942 to 1943, where the Battle of Stalingrad became one of the deadliest confrontations in history. A staggering 2 million people died in this battle, including soldiers and civilians. That's more than the population of Paris wiped out in a city reduced to rubble. It was the deadliest battle and the bloodiest war the world has ever seen. The Soviet victory didn't just turn the tide of the war, it shattered the myth of Nazi invincibility. From here, the Red Army began its relentless push to Berlin. Stalingrad was more than just a battle. It was the beginning of the end for Hitler's dream of conquest. Urban warfare turned the city into a deadly maze. The Soviets' strategy of hugging the enemy, fighting so close to the Germans that their superior air support became useless, was genius. On the flip side, the Germans underestimated the brutal Soviet resistance and the harsh winter, leading to a catastrophic surrender. The defeat at Stalingrad shattered the myth of Nazi invincibility, significantly weakening German morale and shifting the balance of power in Europe. 5. The Battle of Waterloo. June 18, 1815. Napoleon's final stand. Europe watched as the once great emperor, fresh from exile, faced the combined might of British, Prussian, and Dutch forces in the rolling fields of Waterloo, Belgium. Approximately 47,000 casualties were reported, with significant losses on both sides. The defeat ended Napoleon's rule and marked the restoration of the Bourbon monarchy, leading to a period of relative peace in Europe. The battle not only ended the Napoleonic Wars, but also established a new balance of power in Europe, influencing international relations for decades. If you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more captivating stories from the past. Until next time, keep exploring the pages of history.